man from down under with a little thunder, WWE and Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, Bushwhacker Luke. I hear something else comes from down under too. The Wrestling with Figs podcast with my mates Chris and James. You gotta tune into this great podcast because Chris and James will give you all the inside info. Whoa! Yay!
What a big week it's been in fig collecting. How are you, everyone? I'm Chris Mattock from over in the West Australia. We've got James Thomas, Bradley Perryman with us on the East Coast. How are we, lads?
G'day.
Very well.
Give us a bit of enthusiasm, you bloody mugs. Come on.
Didn't you hear the testy pop, mate? James is hitting puberty there.
Yeah, 42, I'm hitting puberty. No, I'm losing my voice. Once again, still not COVID, but that's okay. That is okay.
Is that the latest you wearing there, James?
Yes, mate. I've been on a few plane trips of late, so I think I always get a bit crook after being on a plane.
It's the food, mate. The food's dodgy as.
I only had cookies, so.
It's been a few weeks, lads, since we've caught up. A lot to talk about tonight, a lot to share. Now, I've said to the lads, I'm on a 1 hour crunch because I have a kids' Christmas concert I must attend, hence the earlier time slot. But I want to start off with, I wanted to share with you an image before we start. I just saw this recently. I love it. How good is this? Look at the two hairs. Steven Tyler and the Texas Tornado it looks like they're at the Hard Rock Cafe based on the coaster that he's holding. Two iconic mullets together. Like, what a ripper photo that is.
Yeah, unreal.
Texas Tornado gone too soon in life. The other thing I wanted to share with you all just before we start, loving the World Cup. I know you guys have been to the World Cup as well. Brad, national level indoor player. Rumours of going to Japan to try his trade over there. Massive futsal world over in Japan. I believe they call it Yashimoto over there, but that's another story.
Sure.
Anyway, I may have made that up. Sorry to our Japanese followers. Check out this guy. He's got the World Cup covered. He's got all 32 countries covered with beers, one from each country. He's drinking them each night of the World Cup. I love his style. And
what's his Australian beer? What's his chosen for Australia?
I'll bring it up again. I think it was a Cooper's. I read somewhere it was a Cooper's.
Okay, that's all right.
Right in the middle, there's a red Cooper's there. So well done to the Coopers. Apparently, Qatar and a couple of the other countries that don't allow alcohol have a non-alcoholic beer. So he's got those ones. And finally, before we start the show, how good is this by JB Hi-Fi with Rod and Todd Flanders with the Mariah Carey Christmas CD. She's gaining on us. I love it. It's so good. This was a JB Hi-Fi staff member drew this as part of their Christmas select section, and then it went viral, and it was getting people liking it all around the world. So pretty cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, boys, how about we get into community news? We're on a bit of a strict timeline, so let's jump straight into it, eh?
Don't you want to tell us 47 things about the page, mate?
Oh, no, I think we lost him.
Community news.
Now, I'll just tell you, James, we're having some issues with your sound, James. You're just dropping in and out. It might be your internet connection. Have you paid your bills this month?
Always pay my bills. How's that? Does that sound better?
Yeah, it's just a bit laggy on your end. And Bradley, for some reason, when the Stingers are playing, your mic didn't turn off, so I could hear you. So that's pretty cool. Normally it turns off. Anyway, community news it is. The show will roll on. We don't have any time to waste tonight. We have got so many reveals. I think Brad has been up for 3 days finding all these. So what do we want to start with?
Oh, mate, let's just go straight into the legends. We've got our Legends Series 18 here with Paulie Dangerously, the head shrinkers for Fatu and Samu, and then you got Hulk Hogan from his WCW days.
Can I just say that Fatu and Samu with the head stringers, they're one of the best Legends figures ever released, I reckon. They look sensational.
What do you
I don't
prefer, though?
remember them
The
with
original
the,
or the chase?
I don't remember them with the poles though.
I like the chase. The chase is. I remember him coming out in that attire. So
Yeah. No, very cool. Hey,
very good.
is that like a robe in there as well?
Yeah. So they come with like the little, or what they call a lover, like a little skirt thing. So
yeah, very good.
Very nice. Hey, I've got another image for you, Brad, of the Paul Heyman. How good does that look?
that's great. It's unbelievable.
I reckon that is the best set of Legends in ages.
The hat's a bit ordinary. Come on.
Yeah, the hats are always horrible with these, but I mean, just generally the figure, just everything else, I'd say 10 out of 10.
I love the phone, the 90s mobile phone.
Man, I love the tie, the detail on just the tie.
Yeah, really cool. So
Very
that's,
good.
I reckon all four are a must-have.
Very good figures.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, moving on to Ruthless Aggression Series 3. We got Eric Bischoff, Stone Cold, and then we got The Undertaker.
Oh, wow. Eric Bischoff's very good.
What Undertaker is that?
One of his badass, I imagine, from late 90s, maybe?
Now,
No.
I know it's
Sorry.
an early days picture, but if you look at the picture of the Taker on the box against the Taker's face in the box, it doesn't look quite right, does it? It's like he's missing his beard or something.
Yeah. Whose head is in Eric Bischoff's package?
It was when he played that. It was an episode on Raw, I think, where he played a priest, and he was basically a mask. And
Okay.
I can't remember. I totally clueless to what it was and who it was at the time, but it might have been a wedding or some sort. Ripped off the mask. And he was like, "Hey, look, it's me," kind of thing.
I missed that one.
How good is it though when you say, "Oh, what's that face?" And he's like, "Well, once he played a priest." Like, oh, seems legit. Seems
Of
legit.
course. At a wedding too.
Yeah. He's done something special. All right, moving forward to Series 99. So one before 100. We got Queen Zelina, Matt Riddle, who's now got Riddle. We got Seth Rollins, Happy Corbin. Then we got two chases. We got the Boogeyman with the chase, and then Brock Lesnar with the chase.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Which one of those you getting, James?
Well, I'll be getting none of them, but I like that Riddell. If I was a kid in a toy aisle and saw that figure, I'd be all over that. That's pretty cool.
I really like the Boogeyman, but I like the Boogeyman, the original. It looks very similar to the other Elite that he had not that long ago. So it would have been in the 60s or 70s, the Boogeyman Elite. But I don't actually love the Boogeyman chase.
No, it's very strange.
You know, I can be a pretty harsh critic, and I'm going to add another one to my top 3, now top 4. That Brock Lesnar in the blue. That's the worst Brock Lesnar ever. Look at those overalls, huh?
Yeah,
terrible. That is terrible. Come on, Mattel.
Yeah, that looks like somebody just forgot to finish the figure.
Yeah, that looks. Actually, the brown one's not much better. That's terrible. Terrible.
At least he's got a hat.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'm the opposite. I love that Brock. I love mainly the grey.
Really?
I love that Brock. It's just the blue. They didn't show the color change for the denim. It doesn't look great. It might just be the images, but who knows? Wait for the real.
I have to say though, the quality of elites that the most recent elites are incredible.
Yeah.
I just got my Bulldog collector's edition. It's Elite 90 something, and the actual figure is fantastic. The detail in his face and hair and the movement of the joints, it's just as good as it gets for figures.
Brilliant. What's
right,
next, Bradley?
Move forward. We'll go to the new Ultimate Edition Logan Paul. Now, this is a tricky one for some people. Some people are going to like it. Some people aren't going to like it. Being a celebrity with his 3 matches I think he's had in WWE, but he's already getting an Ultimate Edition. So, personally, I think it's pretty cool.
It's a great figure. It's a great figure.
But you can sell the money for this. It's going to sell with pre-orders. Like kids are going to want it. His fans on YouTube are going to want it. Like it's unbelievable.
He'll probably buy 50 of them for himself too. So there's a definite market for it. And I think WWE are getting smart with that, where they're using people to just push the merch.
Definitely.
You know, WrestleMania. You look at the start of WrestleMania, they bring in all the Hollywood people, Liberace and Cyndi Lauper, and then they keep doing it. And now it's bringing in the influencers, so you can then spread to the people through socials.
Evolving. I'll tell you what, love them or hate them, the Paul brothers have made some. They've lived a pretty outstanding life thus far, haven't they?
And being so young at the moment too.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, you guys might like this one. WWE Superstars Wave 5. So, James, I know you're not a big fan of these superstars, especially that the $1 Million Man. But we got Earthquake and Rick Rude for Wave 5. I don't know if there's going to be more to add to this wave, seeing it's only 2. But, we'll have to wait and see.
That
Don't get me wrong, I like them. I think Earthquake looks fantastic. Rick Rude looks fantastic. It's just that $1 Million Man was terrible. But they look great. I love them. Really
it's a pretty cool line.
Yeah, I like that Earthquake, the attire change. You can got the cloth singlet that you can throw over the top as well, the knee pads and boots as well. It's kind of cool.
We need that Earthquake as a retro.
I'm not going to the retros.
The Earthquake in the red, white, and black, we need it as a retro.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one we've got? We got the one in the blue or the one in the black from the Hasbros?
No, we've got the blue from the Hasbros. So you need the natural disasters one.
We need the one for the to go with Typhoon.
Yeah.
Nothing used to piss me off more as a kid than not having been able to have Earthquake and Typhoon in their natural disasters attire.
Yeah, yeah. And you needed a tugboat. Which the retros are releasing.
Yes.
All right, Brad. Let's move forward. You can scroll through these 3 images. So we got the new reveals that I'm sure everyone's seen today of a bunch of elites and ultimate editions. I'll quickly run through them. You got some Razor Ramones, you got Stunning Steve Austin, you got some Zeus, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, The Rock in elite and ultimate form, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, a Stone Cold, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Sonya Deville, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes as an elite and ultimate, Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, Jake the Snake, with both of them being the Ultimate Coliseum edition figures. You got a lot of Hulk Hogan's. One is Mr. America, one is Hulk Hogan Army. You got Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville from their match at Mania 38 with a mousetrap. You've got Andre.
Great Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, you've got Andre the Giant with an elite, a chase, and also an ultimate edition coming up. And then there's some special mentions that aren't included with some Uso elites, Becky Lynch. You got the NWO 2-pack retros were shown, and then a couple of basics as well.
For me, Andre's a must.
That Army Hogan, is that depicted from his feud with Slaughter at WrestleMania 7?
Yep. That's
that's
a feud.
Wearing the mask.
Yeah, I looked it up earlier. Obviously, I wasn't around watching this live in the day. I looked it up. He had it on for a couple backstage interviews, which I don't know if he wore it to the ring, but I definitely had it in some backstage videos.
There you go.
Mr. Perfect looks good.
Rick Rude and Jake the Snake are
they're unbelievable. That Rick Rude is probably going to be great. I love the Cody Rhodes Ultimate with a cloth jacket as well. That's probably going to be pretty sick.
The other thing with the Rick Rude and Jake the Snake, play off the Hasbros. Both have the same attire.
Yeah, 100%. Good pick up there, mate.
Good one. Oh, well done, Brad.
Cool, that's me.
Well done, Brad.
Now, you want to jump in, James?
I'll jump in, mate. I've only got some short things to share. I'll start off with Heels and Faces. Now, I'm absolutely going to get this figure. You may not remember this guy, Bradley, but Jack Tunney. What a great looking figure! A great throwback to the very early 90s with the president of the WWF back in the day. So well done, Zombie. That looks sensational.
So, Brad, just so you know, mates, if anything went down in the 90s, they'd have to go to Jack Tunney to make a decision.
So you're telling me that wasn't Vince McMahon? Is that what you're saying?
No. Jack Tunney was the president. Vince McMahon, he was just a commentator back then. He didn't have any role. So things like when the title got vacated before Ric Flair won it at the Rumble, that was Jack Tunney's decision.
He made all the big calls, all the big decisions, mate. He was on the big buck, Bradley. You know who they need to make now? A Sean Mooney.
Sean Mooney would be great. Is Sean Mooney at all affiliated with anyone these days?
He's got that primetime podcast.
but he doesn't have a contract with any of the wrestling networks.
I know of no. He's a weatherman or a when you watch the news? What do you call him?
A news anchor.
News anchor. That's it.
Hey, Zombie, if you're watching, because Zombie loves our show, Sean Mooney for James, please.
Please. Yes, please. Next up for me is our good friends from Junk Shop Dog. Got a whole bunch of announcements. We've got here a prototype of the Jonah. That looks really, really good.
I love this.
Yeah, very
Really
nice.
good. Next up, we've got a great Suzuki, a prototype reveal. So all these are a new line coming up. And then last but not least, we've got their announcement of the Destroyer. So they announced that at the WrestleCade. Sensational. They're quite achievers. They keep plugging away and they keep delivering on the goods. So well done, Junk Shop Dog.
Hey, James, with the old junk shop, did they go over for WrestleCade?
I don't know.
Or they do it virtually? Because
Look,
that's pretty awesome. Imagine getting paid to go over to these things.
Yeah. Look, I'd only be guessing, mate, but I'd say virtually. I don't know. If you're listening,
Hey,
Junk Shop.
My community news, Asylum Toys are out and about. We've got the Legion of Doom, or the Road Warriors, sorry, Scott Norton, Earl Hebner, and Buff Bagwell, all signed to deals with the Asylum guys. They're building these figures like Remco's. They look pretty cool. They are available for pre-order at the moment. I think it's $140 US for the 6. When there's 2 versions of Earl Hebner, one in the ref shirt and one in the blue shirt with the bow tie. I have seen the prototypes. They look really cool. There's a picture here. They also at WrestleCade. So the prototypes are there, fully posable. The heads are down the bottom. The heads have been done by the great Tom Veg, and the rest of the sculpts are really close to being available. I think they're saying shipping early next year. But don't quote me on that. The box art looks really cool as well. You can see it in the background there, sort of the brick walls with the plastic bubble in the middle. A little bit He-Man-esque, the box art, but very, very cool. My other thing was, I don't know whether you saw these retros, the NWO retros, very close to being released by Ringside. Not sure of the date they're going to launch. And you've got Scott Hall, Six, Kevin Nash, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I'm not sure how much I really love the shirt. I know that you have to have them this way, but the T-shirts are all very much exactly the same. But the look of the figures are really cool, and I'll be getting them for sure. And if you look at behind the figures, it looks like they're in 2 2-packs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
That's a throwback.
So that's pretty cool as well. We haven't seen a 2-pack yet for a while. And finally, James, I just saw this down. I was just down at my local Big W, and I saw this. I thought I'd let you know if in case you want to get anything. Just a nice wall of Hasbros. And look at the peg warmers. The wall of Hasbros. Peg warmers. There's Sid, Brutus, Snooker, another Sid. Like 5.
And then you got what, the ring underneath as well.
Yeah, there's about 50 rings underneath that they're now selling for about $500 a pop.
I'll take it.
Here's a theory for you boys. So you see there how many Brutus the Barber Beefcake Series 1s there were, right?
Yep.
So when I was completing my mint on card set, the last 2 figures I needed was a Brutus Series 1 and a Series 3 Greg Valentine. And I had this rule, they had to be graded 85 or above. And it took me 2 or 3 years to find both of those. And that's probably why, because they are shelf formers. They've been sitting around a lot longer. People, scroll past them or move them around, shuffle them around in the stores, and they get damaged. So I reckon there's less mint on card Brutuses and Greg Valentines across any other figure worldwide.
100% agree with you, James. And same with the Rockers. I reckon the Rockers were peg warmers because the figures look so crap.
Yeah.
And finally, for me, for community news, just wanted to say thank you. Got 47 tags to buy a figure I was looking for in our last episode. I said I was looking for the Defining Moments Black Robe Ric Flair, and thanks to Alex Williams, picked it up pretty easily and made a good deal. So
awesome.
Thanks for all the tags.
Awesome. Hey, just quickly before we move on, Sean and G's been talking with Sean and G a fair bit about his upcoming figure line, and his designer / what would you call him, sculptor, is doing some phenomenal work behind the scenes. So watch his space for Sean NG's toy line that's probably going to be up for pre-order early next year, first quarter next year. So looking very, very special. So well done, Sean.
I've been talking to Sean a fair bit lately, and he's got some good things planned. If he can pull up some of the things he's talking about, it's going to be a very good competitor to the other makers around the place, because some of the designs and the way they look, to me, fantastic. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a certain market, especially the Hasbro collectors and probably the retro collectors, but and also probably from some of the people he's talking about using, it's going to be a lot of demand for certain future releases. I can't say too much. I've been sworn to keeping my mouth shut, which is hard for me. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well done, Sean.
All
right. On to the next.
Dude, I went down to the shops to pick up some fruit and veg. I couldn't help myself. Went down to the toy aisle. You never believe what I got. What you get? What you get? I got some figs. What you get? What you get? Found some figs.
Okay, merch perch, boys. How'd we go this week? Or the last 3 weeks?
Mate, I got heaps of stuff. So, Jamesy, why don't you go first, mate?
I'll go first. Finally, I got my hands on the No Holds Barred San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Very, very happy. Is it Dean Perez in the group? Sold it to me. So I think I've got the name wrong, to be honest with you. I cannot remember. It's been a long 3 weeks.
Was it not Jack Trapaya?
That's it. That's him.
I was going to say, Jack. Dean. I bought mine with Dean. I was like, I don't know how that worked.
It was Jack.
Because I tagged you in that post.
You did. Thank you, Christopher. Very much appreciated. But this in hand is, I was never going to get this. It's on a recording of one of our podcasts. I was never going to get it until I saw the box art and the thought that went into it. It's just a must-have. It's actually sitting behind me on the shelf up there. But sensational. Bravo, Mattel.
Very nice. Now, Bradley, your merch perch, your image, which you sent me, is not seem to be here on our little system. So before we go to you, I'll go next, and I'll see if I can find it before we get to the next bit, because you had heaps of stuff there, and otherwise you're just going to have to talk to your own image. So firstly, the biggest purchase of the week, check it out. Newspaper Mama, personally autographed CD by Peter Coombe. Probably the most exciting day at work I've had in a long time. Do you remember Peter Coombe, James?
No. What is this? What is that?
He was a singer, a kid singer, and he sings the song Newspaper Mama. YouTube it afterwards, and I bet you the memories will come flooding back. Very popular in the late 80s, early 90s, and he came and did a concert at my school. He's 74, still performing. He looks younger than I do, and he probably has more energy than I do. So very impressive, Peter Coombs. What a nice bloke too. Picked up Elite Series 95, Eddie Guerrero and British Bulldog. There's my defining moments, Ric Flair too, from Jacob Benet over in Queensland. Very good shipping, very good service. As always, thank you, Jacob. They've already been opened. I can't remember whether I shared this one last time, but finally got my Mattel Creations Macho Man.
Very good.
Already showed that one. I also picked up the Target exclusive Macho Man and my Hulk Hogan Ultimates WrestleMania. Is it WrestleMania 1?
Yeah.
One of those early ones.
Yeah.
My Zombie Sailor order, my final figures turned up. They came from a second source, like they were shipped within America, and my friend in the US held them for a few months while he was making me a few customs. The custom that he sent over was, he's meant to make a custom of my son. Didn't turn out as well as I was hoping. He did a great job, but I would never, ever ask somebody to make a custom of a child, because the heads just don't look right on the little bodies. So, but he tried hard. And finally, first person in Australia to get the Owen Hart King of Hearts. Some more of them have started to drop now. Had a bit of heat from a few people on this one, that people saying to me, oh, well, you must have paid stupid high prices for shipping, thinking that somehow I was getting some sort of good deal. But it wasn't that. I just got lucky that I think they sent the wrong they sent the wrong shipping speed. So in the FedEx box it said FedEx Express, and then I didn't pay for it. I checked back. They still charged me $40 US, so it should be Express anyway.
There you go. Well done. That's a busy few weeks, man.
Bradley, I've got your image now.
Hey, here we go. So I did a little bit of shopping here and there since our last pod. So most of these we got through the weekend at Penrith Collecticon that we got here in Sydney, which is unbelievable. I got a couple of Funko key rings that I've been seeing at stores every now and then, and I got them for real cheap. Couple cards to add to the personal collection of a bunch of Aussies and a couple of Americans. Got myself a Carl Anderson off eBay for really cheap. So if anyone's got a I've gone blank on his other name. The other fellow that goes with him, I can't even remember now. If anyone's got that cheap, I'll be willing to pay for that. And then I got myself a Chris Statlander and also a Rey Mysterio LJN Classic Superstar mint on card, because I've got the loose and my plan is to eventually get that signed and put away safely one day.
Very nice, Bradley. Now, just to get a bit of heat in the comments from our mate Matt DeMayo about not mentioning his no holds barred set. Come on, Matty. I mentioned it last pod, mate. Keep up. We rubbed James' nose.
Yeah.
Don't you remember, Matt?
Matthew, this is just a clear sign he's ungrateful. He's an
giving me
ungrateful son of a bitch. Stick with me, Matt. I would have praised you. Don't worry about that.
Good deal. And now you want to thank you on every pod recording. Oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks again.
You unappreciative, selfish SOB. Stick with me, Matt.
Well, do you know what? As I was doing the merch purchase, then I was like, shit, I reckon I did half of these last week. Last pod. I can't even remember. Term 4 in schools, I tell you what, everyone's brains got a little bit crazy. I think everybody this time of year gets a little bit crazy. So that is our merch perch. Now, members merch perch. What have you got, Brad? Let's go, Brad, first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I got good old Mikey J. He's got his Edge and Christian Ringside Collectibles limited signed edition Titantron Live Double Slam pack. So I personally just think this is pretty cool. They obviously released as a normal edition, but with the Ringside Collectibles exclusive, having 162 out of 500 is pretty cool. So,
and that's signed by both of them.
You said it was signed?
Yeah. So it's faintly signed. I'm going to imagine it might be a really crappy paint pen from back in this era that people were using. But I mean, I can personally still see those signatures and it looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Very what about you, James?
Mate, I chose Scott Bailey with some classic rookie cards. Very good. Very good card there.
I like the Macho rookie. You never seen that one, I think.
Now, I'm going to let you guys know. I'm not going to say who it is, but I've done a deal and I've secured one of those rookie cards, which hopefully I get it before the end of the year. Otherwise, it'll be early next year. So,
one of Scott's rookie cards.
Not a Scott's. Put it this way: it's a Macho Man and Warrior, PSA graded 8.
So I thought you're pushing the look at this merch perch, and by the way, I've bought this merch perch.
No. I just love that. The classic cards look great. Well done, Scott.
I've had a follow-up from Matt DeMayo. He said the last pod I was giving him the shits because I said I haven't got it yet.
I do recall that.
I reckon that was 2 pods ago. I reckon there's one in between, Matt. Have you been listening? I'm sure I said thank you last pod.
Yeah.
Either way, look, I've got it. I still haven't actually cracked it open. I'm planning to do that this week. But I'm just very, very busy. But Matt, you're my number one, Matt. Don't forget. I'll show you the loose figures when I open it up this week. My merch perch was Daniel Sampson for the Carlito Unmatched Fury that he got signed in Carlito's recent tour. I don't know much about his tour, but the fact that he's held on to this figure for so long, waiting to get it signed, I think that deserves a very good tip of the hat. Well done to Daniel Sampson. Great signature. So well done.
Hey, boys, something we forgot to mention at the top of the show. Go Figure Collectibles hosted Tito Santana. Arriba. Unreal.
Is it been and gone now, or is it coming up?
Been and gone. Yep.
Did you go, Brad? I know you're not in Melbourne, are you? In Sydney.
Don't disrespect me
Sorry,
like that, mate. How dare you?
Sorry, bro. I always confuse you with Melbourne people. I don't know why. All
But
right,
it was
let's
only-
move on to what's online.
Did you see what was online? What's online? Some bloke selling some LJN figures on eBay. What's he asking? He's asking too much. Well, did you make an offer? Make an offer. You can't make an offer. It's an auction. Well, just slide into his DMs. Maybe he wants to let them go for less. Maybe he's just trying to whet your appetite. Well, I don't know. We'll just make an offer. I can't make an offer. It's an auction. Well, they just slide right in to the DMs. What else is online? Oh, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff online.
Alrighty, here we go. Who wants to go first?
Oh, why don't we start with Bradley again?
We'll
Bradley.
go with me. So obviously the World Cup's around. Oh, we're on this one first. Let's go this one first. No, we'll stay with this. Chris, you actually might like this. You got the couple of elite prototypes and test shots on eBay. It's an American seller, obviously, and the prices are quite high, but you've got a defining moment, Ric Flair, with a test shot in box. So there's pictures of it out of the box and in the box. So it's obviously a loose that someone's probably just repackaged. But I mean,
Right.
Chris, I'm sure you've got that money as a teacher to buy that prototype and test shot. No.
Well, I don't have the money right now, but kids, if you're listening and you want to buy your teacher a nice Christmas gift, why don't you all chip in your $10 each and pick me up? I'll take the demolition prototypes because they're nearly that expensive to buy them as figures anyway. So,
If you just go on eBay and just type up WWE prototype or test shot, there's a bunch of these. These are just a couple of them. There's a couple of like Otis and Tucker Elite prototype test shots as well. So
Fantastic.
Yeah, you might find something you like.
I
Second one
here. How they're falling out of the doors in the factories, those prototypes.
We got a second one here. We've got the World Cup on at the moment. So, being me a football/soccer fan, whatever you want to call it, you got a match worn full kit from don't know what match, sometime in 2006 from Alex Brosk. You got it signed and everything. So it does have an inscription. I didn't look at what's the inscription on the jersey, but I mean, this could also be a spare shirt that they used during the game because back then they used to get, well, they still do. They get two kits. And the only way that you can tell, this might be a little fact for some people that collect Australian jerseys, whether you can tell if it's an official jersey or not is the Australian crest. The official jerseys have the proper Australian crest, but the official memorabilia ones that supporters can buy, there's a little soccer ball in between the crest that it's kind of like you can't sell practically the Australian crest. It's illegal.
There you go. Did not know that.
Yeah. So
you know that, James?
No, didn't know that at all. Well done.
All right, James, what's online for you, mate?
Right, for me, I picked up I found a signed WrestleMania 6 Hogan vs. Warrior photo. It's signed by Hulk Hogan, but that is such an iconic image that would look beautiful framed. But imagine if it had Ultimate Warrior's signature on there as well.
Oh, there's been a lot of signed Warrior stuff coming up for sale lately.
Has there?
Yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of figures. But the thing with Warrior is, I know he died, 5-10 years ago, but he still would have been signing for a good 30 years.
Yeah.
So,
but that's a classic image. That's just so good. The WrestleMania 6 match.
Yeah. Look at Earl in the background.
I've also seen a lot of people getting Hulk Hogan signed stuff lately. Like he's doing a lot of signings, especially at his beach shop. Like he did with the reveals today. He did the Mega Powers handshake signing as well.
Well, he's getting on. He's getting on. He's not getting any younger.
No.
All right. Next up, I've got a signed LJN Junkyard Dog figure card back. PSA graded. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, Junkyard Dog's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But that's a card backing from the LJN figure back in the 80s, signed by the big man himself. So a great collector's item there.
Yeah, authenticated and ready to go in that case too. Beautiful.
Yep. Very good. And last but not least, old school He-Man fans. I know you're a fan, Chris.
Yeah.
This is an old school sketch of Ram Man that they would use as one of the stencils to go into the actual cartoon. So great piece of history there for $40. Gosh, that's cheap as chips.
Hey, Chris, I could draw you that for 20.
Well, it's funny because they used to call me Ram Man back in the day. So back in my single days, but unfortunately they don't call me that much anymore. Now, I've got a few.
You're watching.
I've got a few. She knows, mate. I've got a few what's on lines here, and I said we got to keep the show nice and tight tonight. Firstly, I just want to show you this. I saw this on another page. How good is this card? A authentic Chris Farley signature card. It would be a cutout of a signature and then attached to the card from Topps. 1 of 1, Allen and Ginter release. But you all know who Chris Farley is, right?
No.
You don't know who Chris Farley is? Do you know, Brad?
No.
No, I got no idea.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no idea.
Oh, it's a long show with you two. Tell you. Chris Farley is the actor who's in the Adam Sandler movies. He's only in a few.
Oh, yes. I have Googled him and I can now see.
He's got the fluffy hair and he's a big fella. And he died of a drug overdose really young. So, anyway, Google him. You'll know it.
Black Sheep? Black Sheep?
He's in Black Sheep. He's in Tommy Boy.
Chris,
Tommy Boy.
actually, no.
Yeah.
I was going to say, James, Billy Madison. He's the bus driver.
He's the bus driver. So,
he died of a cocaine and prostitute-filled night out, didn't he?
Something like that. Let's not talk ill of him because he's a great comedian.
I'm not talking ill of him.
A great man outside of the comedic world. It is Adam Sandler live special on Netflix at the moment, and he sings a song about Chris Farley saying that he was the funniest person he ever met, and about how much he misses him, and that's 30 years later, so it's pretty amazing. Second, what's online now? This was on Marketplace, and Brad, I thought of you when I saw it. Are you a single man, Brad? Or are you married?
I'm a taken man, my friend.
Taken man. Well, you never know. Let's just show you this figure. This is the Tory Wilson Ruthless Aggression figure that has a $45 price tag, and it was being sold for $20. But when you look at that face closely, it just doesn't look quite like Tory Wilson, does it? It looks like a really angry Tory Wilson. So, it's maybe
haven't got to the face yet.
Now, do you know who? Well, I was going to say Ian Fleming, but that's the James Bond writer. Do you know who Mr. Fleming is? He's the man who drew these iconic, the iconic poster art for the Survivor Series posters. So these are the original proofs that were given to WWE, and he's selling them for $15,000 for the pair.
Wow!
So
is he the same guy? Is he the same guy that would have done the Royal Rumbles in 91, 92?
I'm not sure, but on his website, he doesn't have the Royal Rumble. So that's what they ended up looking like with the writing on them. Tom Fleming, not Ian Fleming. He has been trying to push them on a few of the pages around the place. He has the originals there for sale at the moment. So pretty cool.
What's his website?
TomFlemingArtwork.com. So very, very cool. And there's the Royal Rumble art that he did there in the bottom left. But I couldn't tell you about the other ones. You have to have a look for yourself. So very, very cool. Speaking of cool things you find online, how good is this? Let me just see if I've got two images. I just want to bring up this one first. Now, when you look at that, James, what do you think?
Baseball mitt, WCW.
So you'd think, look at it, WCW baseball mitt, not much to it. But when I'll bring up the next image in just a moment, I'm just having a look here for this one, and I'll show you. 1 second, it's not loading for some reason, but when you look at the inside of the glove, it's a WCW Sting baseball glove in mint condition. I've never seen this before. I saw it about a week ago from a guy who's a massive Sting collector, and to have that glove in that condition, there wouldn't be a huge demand for these back in the day. Really, really cool piece. So well done to that collector. Would you get that done?
Very good.
Did you need that in your collection?
No, would I? No.
What about you, Brad?
No, not for me, mate.
Mate, I could do anything. I don't have anything in my collection.
And mate, that's it for what's online. So we're going to move into Fig Review. But do you know what? I don't want to move into Fig Review. I want to move into something else. Ready?
You never believe who I met at the shops. Who was it? I met someone at the airport. What, are you a stalker? No, I was there to pick up my mum. Yeah, right. Who'd you meet? Stone Cold Steve Austin? The Ultimate Warrior? Andre the Giant? Hulk Hogan? Did you meet CM Punk? You met the big red machine Kane, didn't you? Did you meet Mankind? Oh my God, you met Marty Jannetty. I bumped into Paul Heyman.
That's right, James. I'm bringing it back. Who have you met? Here it is, Peter Coombe, the same guy who signed my CD earlier, children's entertainer Peter Coombe. Look how excited he looks to be there with his pizza shirt on. How exciting.
That's a cool shirt, I got to say.
Was it worth the 30-second stinger for me to show a picture of me with my childhood hero?
Yeah. What's that song called again? Newspaper Mama?
Well, you might know Toffee Apple. You know Toffee Apple?
No.
Do you want me to sing
I probably never heard it. No.
Toffee Apple, nice and sticky, fun for you and fun for Mickey. You know that song?
You can tell he's a primary school teacher, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Seriously, you two are bloody hard work tonight. I'll tell you what, I'm bringing the A game, and you two are just lagging there.
You know what I want to bring up? When I think of you, Chris, you know who you remind me of? The dad out of Family Guy. Because when you name the show, is it Family Guy? What's that show?
Peter Griffin.
The two guys. No, not Family. That's not Family Guy then. What's that
Modern
show?
Family.
Modern Family.
Hang on.
The dad out of that.
Hang on. Hang on. You've got to stop before you go any further here, because there's a few dads.
Yeah, which
is
one?
It the Al Bundy dad?
No. The one married to Al Bundy's daughter.
Is it Phil?
I don't know their names. The one married to Al Bundy's daughter, the hot blonde.
Yes. No, I'm happy with that. I'll take that. Yeah.
Because when you name the show, what's the Dealio with all these Revealios? I just couldn't believe what I was reading. I thought, oh my God.
Well, when you wrote the title originally as lots of reveals, I thought, how exciting. You're lucky I didn't make it an alliteration. That's what I was thinking about doing. All right, Fig Review.
It's time to review a fig from today or the past. Which will it be? Stay tuned to find out.
All right, so we are up to Series 4 of the Jack's Pacific Classic Superstars line, and they just get the hits just keep. Oh Jesus, I got that up. The hits let's forget that. They just keep getting better and better, these releases. Now up first, we've got Junkyard Dog, Hillbilly Jim, Yokozuna, Rowdy Piper, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Tito Santana from Series 4 Classic Superstars. Amazing pieces. I had all of these at one stage, but now I've gotten rid of them. But boys, who would you say is in your top? Who's your top favourite there?
I reckon Yoko, mate. Yoko, the first time you have a figure of that scale.
Yep.
Like, even with the Hasbros, before that, you wouldn't have had a Yoko that looked actually like Yoko.
Look, I've got these two next to me, actually. I just pulled out of my old collection. I've got Junkyard Dog and Hillbilly, and I remember when I was a kid, I really enjoyed just using and playing with Junkyard Dog, and I think that would probably still be my favorite out of that set. Just come with the chain, the collar. Just personally, I like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hacksaw looks good. So Hacksaw, unfortunately for Hacksaw, he's been so mass-produced over the years that he loses the appeal. Yeah. I don't remember Tito wearing red too often, though.
I think in his very early days he did. Steve Campbell, if you're listening, you'll be able to confirm with the black boots. But I can't split. I think they're all great, but I can't split between Rowdy and Hacksaw. Hacksaw was spot on. Did you say you have Hacksaw on you now, Bradley?
No, I've only got Hillbilly Jim and Junkyard Dog.
I don't remember Hacksaw having white knee pads, the actual figure. He definitely didn't have white knee pads in his wrestling days. Not with the blue trunks anyway, but In this photo, he does, but I'm sure he had blue knee pads when he was released. So, no, those two figures for me are spot on. Can't fault them.
Was
Yeah,
the
very cool.
was the Roddy Piper? Was that like a plastic kind of kilt that he had with him?
Yeah, yep,
Yeah, okay.
yep. That all went sticky too after a few years.
Mhm.
Very good.
All right, nice one.
All right. Well, next episode, which will be our final episode of the year, boys. 20th of what are we? December.
Yes, it'll be Christmas special. Already
Christmas
working on a new Christmas intro after the success of last year's Christmas intro.
Awesome. Well, that'll be series 5 we'll be up to. So looking forward to discussing that.
All right, should we move into Q&A?
Q&A.
It's question time. It's question time. It's time to ask the boys a question. What's on your mind? Let us know and we will tell you the answer.
All right. So this question may be a little bit old, but it's still relevant. Bradley, you mentioned that the Penrith toy show was on just recently on the weekend. Is that right?
Yep, the Collecticon.
So this one is from Andrew Webster. I live in Victoria and I'm traveling to New South Wales with my wife for our 10-year wedding anniversary. Congratulations, Andrew. She found out that Penrith Toy Fair is on while we were up there, 4 hours drive from where we are staying, and insisted we get tickets to go. So we are off to Penrith while we are up that way. Cracking effort. Question, what's the furthest your significant other has made you travel to go toy hunting? It's probably, I'm going to revert. For me, my answer is reverse. How far have I made my wife travel to go toy hunting? My wife will not take me to go toy hunting. So well done, Andrew. You've married the right bird there. But for me, well, I've taken my wife as far as New York to check out certain collectible stores and memorabilia stores. So that's me.
My best effort is my wife went on a girls' trip to Singapore just before COVID, and I told her that she had to look for figures for my son, which was actually for me. But Singapore, if you've ever been to Singapore, they're bloody useless. The figures are overpriced and they don't have much anyway. And anyway, she found a Hulk Hogan basic and kept sending me photos and saying, should I get it? How much is it? She goes, $60. I was like, yeah, you better get that one for me. Like something ridiculous. So she picked it up. She found a store. Like I went to Singapore not maybe 6 months before she did with her girlfriends and looked at all these collectible stores. They had nothing wrestling, and she found a store with a whole bunch of Lucy's. So
that's cool. Bradley?
Yeah, no, I really haven't. It's like if I've gone on a holiday with my girlfriend, I'm like, let's just go to the shops for a bit, get some lunch, and there's a Target here, a Toymate here. We'll just pop in and have a look. So the first I've gone probably Newcastle, but my girlfriend was overseas in New Zealand for a holiday with her family, and I just said, where are you going? She's like, shops. I was like, cool. And she goes, there's a toy store here. I was like, all right, can you go have a look? She went and had a look, and she found me a Scotty to Hottie Elite, which I was like, I haven't seen that around here. Can you just grab that for me? So I was like, $35, $30 or something. She brought that over. So that was actually my first international bought figure. So it's kind of cool. So
perfect.
Hey, did you see the post today on our page by Mr. Burns, who posted about the Bob Orton Legends Elites?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
Right. Come on. Now, I'm pretty sure Burnsy was posted the day before that he was looking for toys in Malaysia, but I don't think that post was in Malaysia. I think it was in the US. But I haven't had a good look, so I've been at work today. But unbelievable. Like probably 400 Bob Orton Legends Elites, yet we can't get one in a store in Australia.
Yeah. Mattel, you've done it again.
Any questions, James? Any more?
That's it, mate. That's it. Just the one from Andrew Webster. So thank you.
Well, Andrew Webster, you win the prize pack of nothing because we don't have a sponsor. So if you want to sponsor us, though, you're welcome to sponsor us. Hey,
yes.
At the Christmas episode, which is coming up, I am going to do a little giveaway. So stay tuned. You have to be watching live, and there'll be some sort of parameters that I haven't thought of yet. So pretty cool figure, if you ask me. Probably worth about $50, free shipping. So, yeah. Tune in.
Hey, just Just before we go, guys, a quick update. Hang on a second. This is in regards to the Jeff Jarrett
Ultimate.
zombie sailor figure.
Oh, zombie sailor.
No. Well, on the Ultimate, what happened there? It got
It got
cancelled.
canned.
How come?
Because he signed a deal with All Elite Wrestling.
Ah, right. Okay. So for those who are wondering, the shipping update for the Jeff Jarrett is it's arriving into their warehouse. So this is Zombie Sailor's warehouse on December 14th, and we'll start shipping to customers immediately. So whether that's international, I've got no idea. So Chris, I dare say ours will be getting here, I reckon February, March.
Nothing makes me more nervous than a business rushing shipping out before Christmas.
Yeah. And those who ordered the Danhausen, that's shipping out. Sorry, arriving in his factory on December 3rd. And no, sorry, let me rephrase that. It's leaving the overseas factory on December 3rd, and arriving to the Zombie Sailor factory in 4 to 6 weeks' time. So,
and while we're on the subject of finishing my collection here, anyone who's got these two elites for sale, either loose or in crappy boxes, thinking about buying them. So Earthquake and Typhoon and the Natural Disasters attire, preferably complete with the belts, but hit me up if you've got a good price and we'll sort something out.
You still need that, Chris?
Which one, mate? I can't see. Your camera's been rubbish all night. I can't see, mate.
That's
blurry and tiny.
Survivor Series. No. Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame, I think. Warrior Hall of Fame. I was actually going to surprise you, mate, and send it in your package with Jeff Jarrett.
Well, I got it for you, mate.
Yeah, but I'm out of the game, so you can have it. I'll send it over to you.
Oh, that'd be very thoughtful. Just keep it until Jeff Jarrett arrives.
Right, mate. Great
There's
figure.
No rush for me. What a cracking figure. Hopefully you looked after it.
Oh, of course.
I'm planning to get you $1 Million Man a legend. What's it called? Superstars line, but they just haven't been able to find one.
Don't worry, mate. I'm sure I can find one for you.
Yeah. Oh, we might as well wrap it up there, lads.
Well, that'll do us, guys. Chris is going to go to a Christmas concert. Thanks, everyone who joined us tonight. Thanks to everyone who has given us a 5-star review on Apple iTunes. We greatly appreciate it. Please visit our website, wrestlingfix.com. Join us live on the 20th of December for our final episode of the year. And we look forward to bringing you all the shenanigans going down under.
And all the best to James. He's still trying to get through puberty.
Yes, my voice is breaking.
You'll get there.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And I've actually assigned young Bradley Perriman to take over our social media. So watch this space. And always use the hashtag The Hunt Never Ends. You know why, boys?
Never ends.
It never ends.
2 more pieces and I'm done.
2 more pieces. 2 more. All right, guys. Catch ya. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on the flip side.